Hello and welcome to today's video. If you're over 60, this video could be one of the most important things you watch today. Many people don't realize that heart problems can occur silently, especially at night. You may have heard about heart attacks with symptoms like chest pain, shortness of breath, or sudden collapse, but here's the thing. The most dangerous cardiac events often happen while you're asleep without any warning, and that's exactly what we're going to focus on today. I'm Dr. Smith, a cardiologist with over 20 years of experience, and I'm here to talk about 5 common habits that increase your risk of heart problems while you sleep. These habits are more common than you think and can lead to serious, life-threatening events. The good news is, by changing just a few things about your evening routine, you can protect your heart while you sleep. Before we dive into the habits themselves, let's take a quick look at what happens to your heart during sleep. When we sleep, our body naturally resets and recovers. Blood pressure dips, heart rate slows down, and arteries relax. This is your body's way of recovering and resting for the day ahead. Now, as we age, things change. As we hit 60, blood vessels lose some of their elasticity, which makes it harder for your body to regulate blood pressure as effectively as it did when you were younger. Our protective hormones that help control blood pressure and stress also decline. The biggest issue? The heart is more vulnerable at night because the body's compensatory mechanisms are essentially offline while you're sleeping. For many older adults, the risk of heart problems peaks between midnight and 6 a.m. That's because during this time, the body is less able to manage stress and the cardiovascular system is under greater strain. What's more, the events that increase cardiac risk typically happen before bed. It's your pre-sleep habits that can make all the difference. Let's start with one of the most common and avoidable risks, eating heavy meals too late. Many people over 60 have the habit of eating their main meal between 8 and 10 p.m., but this can be a real problem for your heart, especially if you eat foods like pasta, meat, or fried items right before bed. Here's what happens. After a heavy meal, your digestive system needs more blood to process the food. As a result, your heart has to work harder to pump blood, which can raise your blood pressure and increase your triglyceride levels. But that's not all. About 2 to 4 hours after eating, your triglycerides spike, which further raises your risk for heart disease. The problem with this is that your body is supposed to be winding down at night. If you eat late, your body is in recovery mode while it's also trying to digest a heavy meal. For those of you with stiff arteries, this overlapping stress makes the heart work even harder, and it increases the risk of cardiac events during sleep. What's the fix? The best solution here is simple. Finish your main meal earlier in the evening, ideally by 6 or 7 p.m. And if you absolutely have to eat later, keep it light. Opt for lean protein like chicken or fish and pair it with vegetables rather than fats and carbs. Now let's talk about something many people don't realize is a major factor, the timing of your blood pressure medication. If you're one of the over 60% of adults who take medication for high blood pressure, this could be a key issue for you. You see, blood pressure naturally rises in the morning and peaks in the afternoon. Then, at night, it drops as you sleep. But for many older adults, blood pressure doesn't dip enough at night. Sometimes it actually increases during the early morning hours. This is known as nocturnal hypertension, and it's a more dangerous kind of high blood pressure because it puts extra strain on your arteries and heart when it's least prepared to handle it. So what's the problem with taking medication only in the morning? If you're only taking your medication in the morning, you may be leaving your heart vulnerable at night when it's at the highest risk. Research, including the Hygieia chronotherapy trial, shows that taking blood pressure medication in the evening can significantly reduce the risk of nocturnal hypertension and help protect your heart while you sleep. What's the fix? Talk to your doctor about adjusting your medication schedule so that it includes an evening dose. This simple change could make all the difference in reducing your heart's workload during the critical hours of sleep. Let's move on to a serious but often undiagnosed issue, sleep apnea. Many people who snore loudly at night or wake up feeling tired even after a full night of sleep don't realize that they might be suffering from sleep apnea.
Sleep apnea occurs when your breathing stops for 10 to 40 seconds, sometimes dozens of times per hour. Each time you stop breathing, your blood oxygen drops sharply, triggering a stress response in the body. Your heart rate and blood pressure spike, and this happens repeatedly throughout the night. The long-term consequences of untreated sleep apnea are severe. People with undiagnosed sleep apnea are 3 times more likely to have a heart attack, and they also face a much higher risk of stroke and atrial fibrillation, a type of irregular heartbeat. What's the fix? If you snore, wake up feeling exhausted, or notice other symptoms of sleep apnea, it's important to get evaluated. Treatment with a CPAP machine, which helps keep your airways open, can improve your cardiovascular health and reduce the risk of heart problems. Now let's talk about dehydration, something that many people overlook. You might think that limiting fluid intake before bed will help you avoid waking up to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, but actually, going to bed slightly dehydrated can increase your risk of heart problems. When you're dehydrated, your blood becomes thicker, making it harder for your heart to pump blood effectively. This puts extra strain on your cardiovascular system, especially during sleep when your body isn't as responsive to changes. This increases your risk for strokes and heart attacks. What's the fix? A simple fix: drink a glass of water before bed. Keep a glass of water by your bedside so that if you wake up thirsty during the night, you can stay hydrated without much disruption to your sleep. This will help keep your blood flowing smoothly and reduce the risk of clotting. Finally, let's talk about your bedroom temperature. You might not realize that this plays a significant role in your heart health, but it's true. If your bedroom is too hot or too cold, it can put extra strain on your cardiovascular system. When your room is too warm, above 72 degrees, your body works to cool itself down, causing your blood vessels to dilate and your heart rate to increase. On the flip side, if it's too cold, below 60 degrees, your blood vessels constrict, which raises your blood pressure and increases the workload on your heart. What's the fix? The optimal temperature for your bedroom is between 65 and 72 degrees. Keeping your room at this temperature range helps maintain your heart rate and blood pressure at healthy levels while you sleep, giving your heart the rest and recovery it needs. Let's take everything we've discussed and put it into action. Here's a practical step-by-step bedtime routine that can reduce your heart risks while you sleep. This simple routine fits seamlessly into your daily life without major changes, yet it tackles the key habits that affect your heart health at night.
Time, activity, details. 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Main meal. Aim to finish your dinner by 6 to 7 p.m. Choose lean protein, vegetables, and avoid heavy carbs and fats. This gives your digestive system enough time to work before sleep. 7 p.m. Water and medication. Take your blood pressure medication, if prescribed, and drink a glass of water. Keep yourself hydrated and ready for sleep. 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Wind down time. Relax your mind with activities like reading, light stretching, or calm conversations. Avoid screens and bright lights that can mess with your sleep hormones. 9 p.m. Bedtime prep. Set your thermostat to a cool 65 to 72 degrees Fahrenheit, 18 to 22 degrees Celsius for optimal sleep. Open a window for fresh air and keep a glass of water by your bedside. 10 p.m. Bedtime. Get into bed on your side if you have snoring or sleep apnea symptoms. This can help reduce the airway blockages and improve your breathing during the night. This routine addresses each of the 5 key habits we've talked about and can help make a big difference in your cardiovascular health. It's easy to follow, and you can start tonight. You might be thinking, this sounds too simple to be effective, but trust me, these changes can have a profound impact on your heart's health. As a cardiologist, I've seen too many cases where heart problems could have been prevented with just a few simple adjustments to bedtime routines. These are not complicated or drastic changes. They are practical, everyday habits that can keep your heart safe at night. I've witnessed many heart surgeries happening in the middle of the night because of preventable risks, people unaware that their nighttime habits were putting their hearts in danger. Some of these habits, like eating a heavy meal too late or going to bed dehydrated, can seem insignificant, but when done repeatedly, they add up and increase your risk for heart attack and stroke. Over the years, I've had families tell me that they never knew their loved one was at risk until it was too late. Don't let that happen to you. Your heart has been with you every day of your life, and now it's time to take care of it, especially while you sleep. So take a moment to reflect on the habits that apply to you. Do you eat dinner too late? Are you snoring or feeling exhausted despite a full night's sleep? Are you taking your blood pressure medication at the wrong time? If you recognize any of these habits in your life, it's time to take action. Share this video with others over 60 who might not be aware of the risks lurking in their nighttime routines. The more we know, the better we can protect our hearts and live longer, healthier lives. But remember, this video is not a substitute for medical advice. Always consult with your healthcare provider before making any changes to your medications or health routines. Your doctor is your best resource for personalized guidance. Thank you for watching. I hope you feel empowered to make these simple changes to your evening routine and prioritize your heart health. A little prevention can go a long way, and by acting now, you can ensure many more peaceful nights ahead. Here's to your heart, your health, and your long-term well-being. Sleep well and take care of your heart. Now let's have a quick summary for 5 habits and their effects. Habit, risk mechanism, fix or recommendation. Late heavy dinners, increased blood flow demand, elevated BP, triglyceride spikes during sleep. Eat main meal by 6 to 7 p.m., light late meals. Blood pressure medication timing. Nocturnal hypertension leading to arterial stress and rupture. Discuss evening dosing with your doctor. Undiagnosed sleep apnea. Repeated oxygen drops trigger stress hormones, raise HR and BP, increase arrhythmia and stroke risk. Get evaluated. Use CPAP if diagnosed. Evening dehydration. Thickened blood flows slowly, prone to clots in stiff arteries. Drink 8 ounces of water before bed and keep nearby. Bedtime temperature extremes. Heat dilates vessels, increases HR. Cold constricts vessels, raises BP. Maintain 18 to 22 degrees Celsius or 65 to 72 degrees Fahrenheit for optimal sleep. Now it's your turn to take action. Review your own pre-bedtime habits and make those small yet impactful changes tonight. If you've learned something today, share this with a friend or loved one, especially those over 60 who might not realize how simple changes can prevent serious cardiac events. Together, we can protect our hearts and enjoy many more years of healthy living. Stay informed, stay healthy, and most importantly, stay heart smart. Don't forget to like, hit the subscribe button, and turn on notification to stay connected to this channel.